Let's start part 2 of the Honda CB500.
This is pretty much the worst video ever made.
Napoleon, like anyone can even know that.
Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Well, today we're going to be working on this Honda CB500 1973 model. We fixed some wiring on it the other day and sprayed a little bit of carburetor cleaner in it and got it to pop a little bit, but it didn't really run. But it does have spark, appears to have compression. Some of the lights work. We pulled the carburetors off, so let's take a look at those. Here's the rack of carburetors. I already kind of got started on bank number 1 here, but they all look pretty bad. Yeah. That might be the better looking one. And this one, I already cleaned it out a bit. But I'm going to get some plastic tubs or plastic bags, label them, and disassemble these all the way. I have a set of carb kits on the way. In the past, I've just cleaned and put them back together, but I figured carb kit was pretty reasonable. I mean, I didn't buy a factory Honda one, but I bought a cheap one off Amazon. I figured that'll be better than nothing. And we will disassemble these, clean them. When the kit comes in, we'll put them together, and hopefully this thing will fire up. So I'm going to disassemble all this and start cleaning this. Here we are after an initial cleaning. This is like my 95% clean. As you can see, there's still some stuff in there, but that's our start. We disassembled as much as we could without splitting the carburetors. And I did all this using degreaser and water. Not a drop of carburetor cleaner has touched this yet. But for the final clean, I will use carburetor cleaner. And yeah, this channel has a long-standing sponsorship with Super Clean Degreaser. This video is not sponsored by them, but there you go. And I just wanted to show you something on the bike here. My son came home last night. He was golfing, and he decided to do a little bit of cleanup on this bike. Obviously, like the wheels and stuff are never going to be perfect, but there's the after clean, there's the before clean, there's the before clean, there's the after. There. Back here we did this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. So, yeah, this isn't going to be a restoration, so we're going to probably just do the same thing on all the chrome that we can. Yeah, you polished up that a little bit and clean some of the corrosion off of there. Yeah, this is just going to be a cleanup on this bike. Would it be worth restoring it? Well, if it was your bike that you bought in 1973, or your dad's or grandpa's or uncle's or whatever, but you could probably spend several $1,000s getting parts replaced or re-chromed, and you can buy one for several $1,000s, so it's not really worth it. Just, you know, if you want to replace the cheap things. But there you go. I will continue cleaning these carburetors. I don't know when the carb kits will be here, a couple days, but if everything's clean, it'll just be a matter of putting it back together. There's our float. Carburetor 4, 3, 2, 1. Just try to keep everything organized, even though it shouldn't matter. But we're on our way. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is not poop. This came out of the float bowls. Gross. Good old Scamazon came through and we've got our carburetor kits. Carburetors are cleaned up. Got a cold beer. It's a hot day. So let's see if we can't get these together and maybe hear this motorcycle run. So sometimes with these cheap kits, you get what you pay for. You can kind of see the bowl gasket here. Doesn't fit great. You try to stretch it out, but sometimes that's what you'll get. We're going to try to make it work. We'll get that on there. I got to get the top gasket on up here, and then our air or fuel mixture screw in, and then one carburetor will be done. Repeat this 3 more times. Hopefully these cheap kits will work, but I never throw out the original stuff just because you never know. Some of the pieces might be a little bit different. In fact, I didn't really even compare them. Here's the emulsion tube. Let me see what the kit one looks like. But for $30 for 4 carburetor kits, hard to say. The holes look slightly different. In fact, what I probably am going to do is I'll just clean up the original ones and put them back in. Just because I'd rather not take everything apart again. So, just for some of these gaskets and items like that, especially the float needles, things like that, it's worth it for the cheap kit. Spend your money, take your chances. There's a rack of mostly rebuilt carburetors. I mean, I didn't split them. So hopefully we don't have to pull them off again. Fit in some new fuel lines. In the meantime, I also picked up a new set of these. This is the old ones. They are very crunchy, the intake boots. They were cheap. Hopefully they're decent. They appeared to be. And while I was waiting for all the stuff to come in, I did a little bit more cleaning on the bike. And, you know, like I said earlier, we're not restoring this thing. But the chrome cleaned up okay. This is just an initial, but I haven't cleaned up that one yet. See that one? And that one doesn't look amazingly better, but it does look better. But let's get these carburetors in here, put some fuel in them, and see if this thing fires off. I also noticed a little bit more wiring damage under the tank, but I don't know. We'll see. If it doesn't start, then we're going to have to split that wiring loom. I'll show it to you in a second. There you go. We got some melty grounds. Perhaps that could be part of the reason why she's not firing with the carburetor cleaner, but that's where we're at. There's the back wheel. I cleaned a little bit. You can kind of see some shine in it compared to the front. Quite a setup I've got here with my IV bottle fed into a filter, into a T, into both of these. Batteries hanging out of the side. I don't see fuel coming out of the bottom here. So let's see if we can get her to do something. Get you in position. There we go. Sorry about the light. That's better than nothing. Choke, no choke. We got some life. I checked the oil before I started it, obviously, but I'm going to check it again here because it was kind of low on the stick. Now that it's circulated, I want to double check it. There you go. She's purring pretty darn nice. The electric starter went out. Checked the oil. Tried to hit the start button. Kicked it. Fired up. And it's running like a champ. I don't know if the starter is out or the electronics to it, but I also got, well, I had, there you go, turn signal, not lighting up there, but that's okay. I have a brake light. Not bad. Tack works. I think I got a bad connection on the electric start. We got the oil light lit up again because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the good news is this bike's old enough to have a Kickstarter. And forgive me for my fashion choice here, but this thing starts so easy, you can start it with Crocs. It's running great. And that's before I've done any balancing of the carburetors, any of that sort of stuff. I'm going to have to do some research to figure out how to do the balancing on these. I don't know for certain. Maybe these caps come off. I'll have to research it a little bit. And I also want to check the valves, which maybe I should have done before I did all this. And I also want to see if the system is charging. If you watch my first video on this wiring mess that's back here, which I still haven't cleaned up because we weren't sure if it was going to work or not. The voltage regulator and regulator are like two separate things on this because it's old enough. And they sell an upgrade for that, for a modern regulator rectifier. And it's not too expensive, so since we know this thing runs, it appears to run pretty good. We haven't ridden it yet, but I'm probably going to put it in gear and check the clutch and that sort of thing. But if I'm going to go forward on this, I will probably do that because that will eliminate at least a couple of the issues in the wiring harness. And since we are running, I might want to look at that too. I see it's kind of melty up here. And right back there, that's a ground wire, but it ain't pretty. This doesn't feel bad here. Up here it feels very melty. But everything works except for this turn signal indicator. And I haven't checked the lights in there yet, but all the other items do work. So I'm going to check the charging system now. I'm rambling. I'll check the charging system, see if it's charging, and we'll go from there. Okay, I just shifted it through all the gears. The clutch does work. Here you go, clutch in. Neutral light out, it's in first gear. Clutch is in. Back to neutral. Charging system is operating, but it's minimal. And I've heard these things are bad to begin with, so if we continue on with this thing, I'm definitely going to do that upgrade. Sorry, it's loud. The old 4-into-1 doesn't sound too bad, but the original pipes would be nice actually. Because this bike is pretty original. Alright, so we need a battery. We're going to need some fork boots. I'll pull this whole front end off, put new fork boots on. We'll clean up these fork legs a little bit. Maybe I'll put a touch of spray paint on that front brake caliper, which surprisingly works okay. These were never amazing to begin with. The drum brakes seem to work okay. I have pod filters on the way. I hate pod filters, but that's what we got. So I think first thing I'm going to do is research a battery. I have 3 or 4 batteries around here. Unfortunately, none of them work for this. So maybe I'll see if any of the batteries I have on any of the bikes around here fit in here, and then get a new battery for one of those, because hey, we got kickstart. So at this point, I'm going to run the fuel out of the fuel lines here and get ordering parts. Fighting through this hot day, I think I'm going to call it on this video, because we have valve adjustment to do. I haven't hooked the tank up yet, battery and fork boots. That's going to be a bit of time, and at that point, besides tires and that sort of stuff, but when I get just the battery, honestly, we can test ride this thing, and I think it'll be fine. And in the meantime, I'll keep picking away at it a little bit, and hopefully we can ride it in the next video and get it close to done. As done as I'm going to do it, let's say. But awesome bike. Turned out better than I thought already. If you're liking my content, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.